Welcome to today's Thought for the Day. I'm Paul Hardy, I'm the Vicar of St Peter's, and today we're looking at John chapter 21, verses 15 to 25. It follows on from what we looked at yesterday. Before I start, imagine the scene. A good friend of yours offers to wash up after your meal together, and in the process they manage to drop and smash a very expensive glass dish that you've just bought. Now, of course, you're devastated and they're full of apologies. Think about the next time they visit and offer to wash up. What do you say to them? Well, in this case, much to their surprise, you give them the tea towel and tell them to get on with it. Now, this situation very much reflects the exchange that we see between Jesus and Peter in this story. They've just had breakfast with the other disciples after a fishing trip in Galilee. The smell of the charcoal fire on the beach no doubt was an uncomfortable reminder to Peter of the night he denied Jesus 3 times before Jesus' trial and crucifixion. Yet amazingly, Jesus doesn't reject Peter. Indeed, he forgives him and gives him a new job to do. I wonder how good you are at forgiving others. When we think about those who hurt us or let us down, even in lockdown, we need to be good forgivers when it comes to our family, our friends, those we know on social media. So what do we see in this passage? Well, firstly, Jesus forgives Peter. 3 times he asks Peter, "Do you love me?" These match Peter's threefold denial. 3 for completeness and 3 for reminder. This was Jesus' way of wiping the slate clean and offering Peter a fresh start in their relationship together. Now, we'll be aware of things in our own relationship with God that are messy, ways in which we've let him down or denied him in front of other people. I wonder how often when we're with family and friends who perhaps are not into God, how often we try and keep our head down and avoid getting into any discussions about faith. I wonder what past hurts we hold on to from the words and actions of others. Like a faulty and virus-ridden hard disk on the computer, we need to be wiped clean if we're to function rightly as the followers of Jesus. Do you love me? Jesus addresses those same words to us as he offers a new start and unconditional forgiveness when we come back to him. Are we ready to admit our wrong, to accept his offer of a fresh start in our lives? Remember, we can't earn forgiveness. Like Peter, it's totally undeserved. It comes as a free gift. But Jesus' death on the cross guarantees the promise that God does forgive. He does offer a new start to all those who come to him. And then secondly, in this story, we see that Jesus recommissions Peter and gives him a job to do. Jesus says, "Feed my lambs, take care of my sheep." Jesus restores Peter to a position of trust in which he can share Jesus' work as a shepherd. Jesus knows his sheep, he leads and feeds them, and indeed he's laid down his life for them. For all who follow him, including ourselves, Jesus has a job for us to do. We too are called to make God's love known to others. Despite our past mistakes and failures, he still trusts us. Again, during this period of lockdown, it's not easy for us to gather together, and yet there is a unique opportunity to demonstrate God's love in practical ways to those around us, to be shepherds to the sheep. Perhaps it means being there for our neighbours in practical ways, maybe involve shopping, getting the things that they need in their lives, providing a listening ear for them, or indeed praying for them about particular needs. All of those provide opportunities for us to share God's love. And we shouldn't be afraid either to say something about what God means to us. After all, we all have a story to share about how God's love has impacted our lives. And remember that he always uses those stories in our conversations. That's if we're ready to share them. Tom Wright has commented on this passage, and he says that if we're to do anything as followers of Jesus, somewhere deep down inside, there is a love for Jesus. And though you've let him down enough times, he wants to find that love, to give you a chance to express it, to heal the hurts and failures of the past, and to give you a new work to do.